The man responsible for that brutal murder of a couple 24 years ago has been put to death. He chose to die by firing squad, the first time that has ever happened in the history of South Carolina. 7 News anchor Kelsey O'Donnell was at the Broad River Correctional Institution in Columbia, where that execution was carried out.
The capital punishment sentence of Brad Keith Sigmund was carried out tonight pursuant to the order of the South Carolina Supreme Court and in accordance with state law.
It's an uncommon form of capital punishment across the country, and Friday evening at 6:05, South Carolina convicted killer Brad Sigmund was executed by a firing squad.
Curtain opened, he looked towards his attorney who was on the front row of the witness. They kind of exchanged, they had an exchange. I couldn't tell because his mouth was covered what they were mouthing back and forth to each other, but it looked like he was just saying he was okay to his attorney.
Associated Press reporter Jeffrey Collins was one of the witnesses inside of the capital punishment facility who watched from behind a bulletproof window alongside Sigmund's lawyer, family members of the victim, and other authorities. The moments he recalled were tense.
At that point, also his arm tensed up when he got shot. There's kind of this brief moment of tensing.
Witnesses say the process from start to finish happened all in less than 10 minutes, a significantly shorter amount of time than what's needed for lethal injection or electrocution. Sigmund was sentenced to death row for the brutal beating deaths of his ex-girlfriend's parents and for kidnapping his ex-girlfriend. On Friday, his final statement called for an end to the death penalty.
I want my closing statement to be one of love and a calling to my fellow Christians to help us end the death penalty.
It's just a sad day. We feel the sadness in the air.
Protesters gathered outside of the Correctional Institute holding signs with photos of Sigmund and messages hoping to end the process.
That the state should not have a role in killing people. I think the state is trying to play God here. Remember the victims, but not with more killing. I think that rings true at every execution.
Governor McMaster and all of them have to stand before God one day for what they do. If there's any doubt in their mind, they should not go ahead with this execution or any execution anymore in America.
Sigmund's legal team hoped for a last-minute reprieve, but late Friday afternoon, the Supreme Court declined his request to hear the case, and Governor Henry McMaster denied clemency. Sigmund's lawyer says he chose the firing squad over other methods of lethal injection and electrocution, making him only the 4th person to die by this method in the United States since the death penalty was reinstated back in 1976. The 3 other firing squad executions happened in the state of Utah. Reporting in Columbia, South Carolina, I'm Kelsey O'Donnell.
Sigmund's attorney said that choice of firing squad was not easy, but they felt it was the least inhumane.